Yeah.
And he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
Gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing!
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is gonna touch in. Pit grass
saved it.
What a save!
Look to the outside, and Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Makashube, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
The next round of the series brings us to the Virginia State track known as Martinsville, also known as the paperclip. You will find out why in this race as it goes on tonight. My name is Sam Cooper Bennett, being brought to you by ESPN, the Esports Broadcasting Network. This is the SOMO Racing League, the iRacing Drivers World Cup Series. And joining me in the booth is Mr. Tony Trapasso, and returning after 2 weeks away, it's the new Tennessee boy, Mr. Scott Brinson. God, I can speak tonight, really. Scott Brinson. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Yay! Race car! Good, Sam, man. It's good to be back. Yeah, I haven't been here since Vegas, and yeah, I'm in a different location in the crew now, but it's good to be back here at the racetrack with you and Tony.
So when they have somebody move from the north to the south, they call them a carpetbagger. What's it mean when somebody moves from Florida up into Tennessee? Don't know.
I'm going into it with an open mind, so trying to be positive about it, and I think it'll be good. It's I've been in Florida for 35 years, something a little different, and if I don't like it, I can always go back to Florida. Florida ain't going nowhere.
Depends on what the next hurricane brings.
This is true. This is very true.
So anyway, let's get into it, shall we? We have racing underway already. We've got qualifying underway already, actually, as I mentioned it. So let's get straight into it, shall we? As yeah, qualifying underway already. Let's go straight to top of the standings. Adam Baker already at the top of the scoring here. Three-time winner now. You missed it last couple of weeks. Shayne Pipala has 2 wins on the bounce now, Scott.
Yeah, I'm looking at the results here, and I see that Shayne's been on a bit of a tear, and it's good to see that, man. He's been chomping at the bit to win that championship, and he is off to a killer start, man. He's won 3 out of the 5 races, Atlanta, Phoenix, and Auto Club. So he has been super strong to start this new season here at SOMO.
Yeah, but it gets back to what you and I were talking about before we went live on the air, Scott, with, you know, Adam Baker. He was struggling a little bit early on. It was struggling by Adam Baker's standards, but, you know, sitting atop the pile right now by 53 thousandths of a second, that's huge here at Martinsville.
Sure is. It'll be interesting to see how this shakes out tonight and how the old bumper comes into play tonight, and, you know, who gets caught up in the mess because of that.
Yeah, one person hoping to not get caught up in the mess tonight is one man making his debut tonight. That's Mr. Tanner Costa. You see him just circulating around the track, trying to get as many laps under his belt as possible. One man who you'll be happy to see that's returning to the series here tonight, Scott, Mr. Timothy Lewis is back tonight.
Yeah, we haven't seen them in quite some time. It's probably been over, I don't know, almost a year since we saw Tim. We didn't see him at the end of the season. We saw him about mid-season, but good to see
Daytona last July was the last time I remember seeing him.
Good to see Timmy back, and good to see some of these fields getting a little bigger, man. They were struggling there for guys just showing up at the track with the hauler, but I see more haulers over there in the infield nowadays.
Yeah, 20 drivers set to take the green here tonight. We're just focusing on John Mitchell as he hits the wall, as the checkered flag has actually come out now. So we have qualifying done. So with that, let's go and get rid of the qualifying cutout. Let's put the ticker up. We've got a brand new overlay here tonight, so I hope you guys like it. It's the same overlay, but with new logos and stuff on it, so yeah. Anyway, let's go to the grid for tonight's race, and Adam Baker getting things off on to a good foot here tonight. He starts on the pole. He'll be joined on the front row by Logan Runyon. Row 2 will be Ryan Gemmell and Shayne Pipala. Row 3 will be Joe Mitchell and Aaron Schaefer. Row 4 will be Seth Hatchell and Timothy Lewis. And row 5 will be Tanner Costa on his debut and Martin Nadu, who's had a poor qualifying. Scott, I'll let you take the rest of the grid as it's your first race back.
Go ahead, Sammy. I'm doing something before we get started here. Sorry about that.
Okay, Tony.
Stephen Clark and Larry Holloway going to roll off in row number 6. Row 7 is going to see Jeff Glockner and Kurt Davidson. Tom Clayton and Paul Zoda roll off in row number 8. Row 9 is going to go to Cool Hand Lupe Gonzalez, and he's going to be joined with Ryan Robertson. Ben Walton and Terry Bates starting shotgun on the field in row number 10.
Yeah.
So 20 cars scheduled to do battle here tonight, Sam.
Absolutely. Before they start rolling, they have 2 laps to roll around the track here tonight. Let's go to your point standings here right now. Shayne Pipala, as you'd expect, at the top of the standings.
Shocker.
After getting 3 wins on the season so far. Martin Nadu sits in second. Stephen Parks, impressive run he's had so far this season. He's in third. Kurt Davidson in fourth. Ryan Gemmell, another one that's impressed so far this season. He's in fifth. Sixth is Seth Hatchell, not where he wants to be at this point in the season. Seventh is Larry Holloway, another impressive start. Daytona winner Joe Mitchell is in eighth place. Tyler Pincinel, who's not here tonight, is sitting in ninth. And Jay Felton inside the top 10. And you'll notice, guys, no Adam Baker in that top 10 standings.
True, but if you take a look, number 9 and number 10 are not here tonight.
Absolutely. So we're going to have a very interesting race here tonight, as that is your lineup right there. Adam Baker running a new paint here tonight. He's running the all orange instead of the orange and black.
Big shake-up. Outside front row Logan Runyon had a throughput. He's going to have to pit start this.
Oh, man, what a match for your internet to let you down. Sorry about that, Sammy, there on the grid, man. I was having an issue there with the computer. I was trying to get straightened out before we got going here. All good to go now, but yeah, man, that's pretty tough on Logan Runyon's part to have to pit start this. But that could be also, you know, maybe, you know, a good thing, because sometimes it can get a little crazy on these starts up here at the front. So maybe that was a sign of good things to come for him.
Well, Race Control's already expecting possible issues, and they've already stated that anybody queues up after a wreck, other than to call out where the wreck is or where the pace car is, will be removed from the server. So Race Control already, you know, saying, hey, no shenanigans tonight, guys.
Yeah, anyway, we are less than 1 lap to go before we start this now. So, Scott, why don't you get us going for the first time tonight?
All right, brother. It's good to be back here at the racetrack with you guys. Pace car is pulling off. Adam Baker going to get us started here. Struggled a little bit early on in the season, but here he is back up on the point. He is the all-time wins leader here at SOMO. And the green flag is out. We're racing at the paperclip. Baker and Pipala bring it down here into 1. Papala's got a good run there on that outside. We'll see if he can make it work. Baker gets a big run on the inside, though. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that bottom line, as is always here at Martinsville, will be king.
Yeah, Ryan Gemmell jumping up to 3rd place with Aaron Schaefer up to 4th place, deposing Joe Mitchell. And see a nice little battle between Seth Hatchell, Timothy Lewis, and Martin Nadu, who's there in the number 17. Jumps to the inside of Lewis there as they come out of turn 4. As Gemmell has a big problem.
The wall.
Yeah,
he went way high, and he's going to lose about 3 spots because of it, maybe even more, man. I think he's going to get freight trained here and may lose up to 5 or 6 spots before this is all said and done. Timothy Lewis just lost a spot. That was Nadu that got by on the inside. I'm sorry, that was Coster. Sorry, Tanner Coster.
Yeah, Gemmell just lost 7 spots, going from 3rd to 10th in about a lap.
That's what's going to happen if you get shuffled out from that low side, man. You're going to get freight trained here at the paperclip.
And they're still freight training him, even though there was a gap. It looks like he's just trying to drop to the back right now. He might be having problems that we don't know about, because he's just letting everybody by at this point.
He sure is.
I just want to point out, Lupe Gonzalez, Ryan Robertson, Terry Bates, and Ben Walton all not starting this race here tonight. So, unfortunate there for those 4, but we've only got 16 runners now left in this race. But Ryan Gemmell literally has fallen to the back now.
Yeah, Walton, Bates, Lupe Gonzalez, and Ryan Robertson did not start this race for whatever reason. Hard to see that Lupe didn't take the green flag. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, for some reason, those 4 drivers are not even in the session right now.
Yeah, as we go back to our lead battle here, this is between Adam Baker and Shayne Pipala. Want to touch on Shayne Pipala here. No wins in 2018.
We got somebody coming to pit road. Sorry to interrupt you there, Sammy.
That's Stephen Parks in pit road in the Classic Mountain Dew scheme.
Yeah, actually, he's running credit 1 here tonight.
Yeah, you got to update your trading paints, bud.
Yep.
Looks like he may have eaten the wall coming off a 2 about a lap and a half ago.
I meant to send you a poke neck because Steven asked me to, but I got sidetracked into making sure that Faith was asleep. So this is my first night here alone with the kids, so playing Mr. Mom here tonight. Forgive me.
Mr. Daddy.
Michael Keaton, you're not.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not Batman.
Ryan Gemmel taking the 6 pit side. Looks like he's just getting that car serviced. Probably, he may have forgotten to take tape off. Go back and look. Yeah, he did. He forgot to take the qualifying tape off that car, and probably forgot to add fuel with as long as that stop just took.
Back out of pit road now, albeit 1 lap down, or 2 laps down, sorry. Stephen Parks is only 1 lap down. All that shuffling around though has promoted Aaron Schaefer up to 3rd place, and it looks like, oh, as Joe Mitchell gets a big wiggle coming out of turn 4. That's going to let Joe Mitchell onto his inside, and it's going to make an easy pass there on his teammate.
Yeah, so that's going to drop back a spot.
Coming off of 4.
Yeah. Martin Nadu there having a poor qualifying performance. He started back in P10. He is already up to P6 now. Tanner Costa, as we've already mentioned, already up to P8. Kurt Davidson down in 9th. And Larry Holloway, he's having an impressive run this season. Yeah, already up into the top 10 now.
Yeah, Larry has been having the best results that I've ever seen him have here at SOMO. So going to open sets was definitely a positive for the 70 out on the track. Is he's been up towards the front now instead of where we've seen him running in the back with the fixed sets.
And you see that quite a bit because a lot of guys, you know, they want the car to feel a certain way, and as you guys well know, running a lot of fixed set leagues yourself, you can't always give every driver the feel that they want in a car. So when you do go to an open set and the driver can feel more comfortable, the results are going to come. And you know, we're seeing Holloway in the top 10, which it was rare last season to see it.
We got our first caution. Yep. Somebody on the front stretch.
Coming off of 4.
Yeah, that's Jeff Glockner. Big problems for him. Take a look and see what happened here. Coming out of turn 4, just hit the gas too early and into the wall. Not too hard, if I have to be honest.
We've seen worse.
Nah, he should be all right. He'll get her fixed. He should be all right.
Yeah, it was enough to bring out a caution though, so that's how tight this track is. Slightest incident will bring out a caution here.
Well, it was just the way he was pinned up against the wall there.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no place to hide here at the paperclip, and you know, they threw the caution just to make sure that nobody collected him by accident.
And so everybody in pit road except for the people that are 1 lap down.
Stephen Park's going to get the wave around on that one.
And Glockner's going to bring it pit side. Ryan Gemmel going to stay out and get one of his 2 laps back. So, looks like he's finally got that car hooked up, but he needs to get those laps back before he can even think of challenging for any positions here. Other than that, everybody's going to be back on the lead lap now. Stephen Parks is going to be credited with leading 1 lap before he gets that look at the end of the line penalty. So getting a cheeky little bonus point out of this lucky dog.
You gotta love short tracks.
Yeah. As Parks does take a pit side now, and I've refreshed the paint and it's still showing the Mountain Dew scheme.
We'll show Mountain Dew scheme on that car. Stephen Parks has got the different paint scheme.
But sometimes it just won't update. Sometimes it's just trading paints. It's got a mind of its own.
Yeah, the
you sit there and push control R all night and it won't update sometimes.
Yeah, the Mountain Dew car tonight is actually the 17 of Mark Nadu, and I dare say it's safe to assume that Nadu is a Darrell Waltrip fan. This is the 3rd straight week he's been in a DW tribute scheme.
He ran the Western Auto one last week.
He ran it the week before with a different number on it too.
Yeah. Anyway, Shayne Pipala winning the race off pit road here as the lights are off on the pace car. Tony, why don't you get us going this time?
Helps if I'm live, doesn't it?
Yeah, it would.
So Pipala going to have the button as we get ready to go back to green. Winning the battle off pit road. Adam Baker getting shuffled back to second. Joe Mitchell, Aaron Schaefer, Seth Hatchell rounding out your top 5 as the pace car makes that hard left turn. Pipala holding them down a little bit as they come off of turn number 4, waiting until he can get it pointed straight before he pulls the trigger, gets it pointed to semi-straight, pulls the trigger, and we are back underway as Joe Mitchell getting a great jump, gets to the inside of Adam Baker. Baker in heavy trouble right now as they work their way into turn number 3.
Yeah, 3 MB Motorsports drivers in line lockstep right now. Seth Hatchell working to the inside of Aaron Schaefer as they come out of turn 4 and gets the position away. MB Motorsports seem to have their cars really hooked up here tonight, and it's going to be exciting to see if they can actually transfer it into a win here tonight.
It's not really a big shocker considering those 3 guys are short track specialists from the word go. So to see them running up towards the front, it was kind of to be expected. And, you know, they said last week that they were going to be working on the sets as Pipala gets it all wrong coming off a 2, and here comes Baker on the high side.
Gets the position away.
And Pipala's trying to come right back. He's got that line on the inside. He's going to come you're right back from him.
Take a couple laps because Baker's hanging tough on that second lane.
He is, but look at that.
And that's going to shuffle him back. He's
Ooh.
Here comes Joe Mitchell.
He got in the marbles, and when he tried to get back on the power, there was just no tire underneath that thing. It snapped big time, but he did a good job of catching it. But yeah, Mitchell moves up a spot into second. Hatchell closing the door there on Baker.
Yeah, so everybody lying lockstep right now, even Aaron Schaefer, Martin Nadu right there. They've got a bit of a gap ahead of Timothy Lewis, who's just ahead of Tanner Costa there. Tanner Costa back in a battle with Kurt Davidson. And look at Logan Runyon already mixing it up with the pack here and got to dive into the inside of Kurt Davidson.
Contact on the front stretch. Sorry to interrupt you there, Sammy, but heavy contact there for Adam Baker. He just ran into the back of Joe Mitchell. Baker's got heavy front end damage now.
Mitchell's got a ton of damage on the right side of that M&M's 18. He pancaked.
Yeah, he does. Ooh, we got more contact. 17 just pancaked the wall nose first.
Martin Nadu, trouble early on for the man in the 17. As we've already mentioned. So let's take another look at that. Timothy Lewis going for the dive bomb and gets it all wrong.
Yeah, they were rubbing on each other going down into the corner there. It really wasn't much of a... They were just pretty much rubbing. He kind of forced his way down there, but that's racing here at Martinsville.
Rubbing nothing. That was a drop kick.
So pretty severe left rear damage there for Nadu as they all bring it pit side again. Apart from Joe Mitchell, who stayed out.
Well, Joe Mitchell is points racing right now. He knows that he's got damage on that car. So what he's going to do is he's going to stay out, get the bonus point, and then bring it down pit side to try to get as much damage fixed as he possibly can. Or not?
Nope.
With it being on the rear, I don't think it's going to affect it as much as it will Adam Baker with it being on the front.
Well, he pancaked the right side of the 18 when he hit the turn 4 safer barrier. So there's a ton of right side damage on that car, so I'm surprised he hasn't come in yet.
See if he comes in this time. Might have just been that bonus point. He knew he was going to have to sit on pit road, so why not stay out and try to get the extra point? But no signs of him coming to pit road. He's staying out. He's going to gamble. Why not?
Well, I can't say I blame him. 12-lap difference between him and Pipala, though. It's going to be fun to see how this one plays out with the 12-lap difference in the Mr. Feelgoods, as you put it, Scott.
I mean,
yeah, tires are always a big thing here at Martinsville.
And that's the thing about Martinsville. I know it's a short track and damage and tyres aren't usually a factor on short tracks like Richmond and Bristol, but Martinsville is a different animal altogether. This will eat your tyres. And damage
it's a flat
will
track.
Damage will hurt you as well. Yeah, so interesting to see why Mitchell stayed out. Adam Baker has fallen all the way down to P12 after doing a bit of pit farming there. This car looks like junk right now, to be fair.
Yeah, the nose on that car has definitely seen better days, but you know, good on Mark Nadeau for getting that car relatively. Well, the left rear looks like junk, but he was able to get it locked down before he really did a lot of damage on the nose of that Mountain Dew number 17.
Absolutely, as the lights are off on the pace car, we are going to get them going again. As the pace car is off already, we're going through turns 3 and 4, we're about to get it. Back on the green, in control is Joe Mitchell, and the green flag is out once again. Shayne Pipala going to hold on to second, but look at Aaron Schaefer making the move on the outside of Seth Hatchell. Hatchell going to shut the door, and here comes Tara Costa into the top 5.
Contact. Looks like Clayton back there, nose first into the inside wall.
Oh no. And he had help. Mark Nadeau getting into the back of Clayton.
A lot of help.
Mark Nadeau hadn't.
Nadeau might be a little fired up there about what just went down and got a little happy on the accelerator, and yeah, just punted it.
Watch that from the chopper view, because Larry Holloway got into the wall. Clayton kind of hesitated just a little bit to try to stay off him. I don't think Nadeau saw the whole thing.
We're looking at it from the chopper count.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened too.
Yeah.
That explains it better. I was looking at it from a different camera angle and I didn't see that, so yeah, it makes more sense.
Tom Clayton now has a torn up car. Joe Mitchell finally takes it inside. And he is going to fall to the back, but want to mention Tanner Costa here, making a very rapid progression to the front, and nobody seems to be able to stop him right now.
Well, you take a look at who's in front of him. Pipala, Patchell, and Schaefer. The water just got a little bit rougher to navigate.
Yeah.
You're talking three of the best drivers here in SOMO. Not to say that the guys he's already gotten by aren't good in their own right, but you got 3 of the best in front of him. It just got a whole lot more difficult for the 71 Acoster.
Well, if the man that's 2 spots behind him gets close to him, it's going to be even more difficult than that, because Logan Runyon, despite the throughput, it's already back up to P6 now.
Runyon's got a hell of a set in that car tonight.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be fun to see what would have happened if he was able to actually start where he was supposed to.
Oh, there's still plenty of laps to go, so we'll soon find out.
Yeah, we're about 2/3 of the way through the first stage here. The stages are 60 and 120 tonight, so about 2/3 of the way here, working lap 37, going to 38.
Yeah, so we are going to be in for a long night tonight if these cautions keep coming around, but this is just the nature of Martinsville. Martinsville does always produce a lot of wrecks and drama, so hope you got your sodas, hope you got your beers, because it's going to be a long one tonight.
Hope you got your pee jug.
Yeah. Well, anyway, lights are off on the pace car. Scott, I believe it's your turn to get us going.
All right, man. Time to go racing again here at Martinsville. Had a couple minor accidents. Time it was Tom Clayton, did a little checkup and got hit in the rear. Hopefully we can keep it green here till the end of the first stage. The 89 is ready to go, and he is on that gas pedal. Boy, Seth Hatchell wasn't ready to go, and now he is under attack, and he will likely get freight trained here on that bottom side unless he can close the door quickly. The 42's right there. Tim Lewis is right there. Yeah, look at that. That's what happens.
Oh, and around goes Schaefer. And Lewis and Parks in it. We've got to get the big one here. This is going to be a big shake-up.
Sure is. Wow, boy, that got crazy. I got Martinsville-like.
Yeah.
That started with the 4 turning the 42, and then the 4 got turned themselves, so that's karma for you.
Everybody got stacked up because Seth Hatchell hit the wall hard. the back.
He sure did. But everybody on the outside was good. It was down here on the bottom that started that main line. 44 just had nowhere to go when he got into the 4.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that more people didn't get a piece of the 4 as they came around the corner, but everybody else did a good job of avoiding that and not running into him.
The biggest winner out of that was Tyler Costa again, getting in a position, moving up to 3rd place. Adam Baker moving up to 4th, and Joe Mitchell up to 5th. So a lot of big hitters making their way back to the front, albeit with damage. Mark Nadeau is 1 lap down, so he's been pit farming the daylights out of that car so far.
What happened there was Tim Lewis dove that thing in there hard, and he hit that curb, and that wheel hopped him right out into the 42. Had he not hit that and went down in there smoothly, he probably wouldn't have had that accident, though. Yeah, when he hopped the curb there, he went right out into the 42, and that caused all that.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
44 got some heavy damage there when he went down and got a piece of the 4 there. He went down and made heavy contact with that inside wall, so he's definitely going to have some damage. That's unfortunate for Steven. He's been having a pretty solid season and getting caught up in everybody else's mess.
Yeah, the left front of that car and the left rear of that car, just wow.
Watch Tyler Costa try and make easy work with him on the restart.
Well, look at the back bumper of Coster's 71.
Oh yeah,
or lack thereof, I should say.
Somebody ran him the F over.
They're all going to look like that tonight. There won't be one car out there without any damage on it at the end of this race.
Sure there will be. The pace car.
Nah, it'll be damaged somehow.
KP's cousin is still behind the wheel, so anything could happen.
That was Sam Cooper Bennett, Cork, Ireland, P.O. Box U812.
Mr. Bowdine's behind the wheel.
We're gonna get sued. So lights go out on the pace car again. Shayne Pipala gonna have the button. He's got Stephen Park to his outside. Tanner Coster starting right behind him. Field working its way through the 3-4 complex, and look who is up into the top 6. The anti-monkey butt pace cream number 99 of Paul Zota, as we are back under green. Pipala getting a great jump. Park shuffling into 2nd. Coster having a battle with Adam Baker right now. Baker and Coster side by side as they work their way into turn number 3. And here comes Joe Mitchell.
That Baker trying to make it work on the outside. You don't see that at Martinsville very often, but he's trying to make it work. It looks like he might be able to do it here on the 71. Wonder if that damage is slowing him down that much.
On older tires, you can get away with it, but again,
there it is.
What type of damage the 71 really has. You know, it looks like maybe the rear axle might be askew in that one because of how he took a shot. They pay him at the track bar, and he's struggling right now.
Tim Lewis is on the road.
Yeah,
so does the 42.
Meanwhile, Shayne Pipala has gone off into the distance. He is checked out, but the only reason why he's checked out is because Adam Baker is being held up by Stephen Parks here. Parks with that damage on his car. Much slower than everybody else behind him and just holding them up at this point. Is this good strategy for the stage, or is it just going to piss everybody off to the point where they're going to turn him eventually?
I think it's just going to piss everybody off till they turn him eventually, but you take a look at 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, they've all got damage. They've all got heavy damage, too.
Paul Zota, meanwhile, has no damage.
Paul Zota is still running in the top 10,
yeah.
So excellent clean run going for Zota so far, as Baker looks to throw the block on Coster as they go into 1. That could have ended about 8 different kinds of poorly.
Baker trying to look for a gap on the inside of Parks. He's going to get it. Is he going to make it work, though? Because that gap was getting smaller and he has to back out of it. And again, Parks staying in front. You can see the frustration building behind for those guys behind him.
Here comes Coster. He's on the inside.
The question is,
ooh, and the 44 is slowing him up now.
Teddy Christopher.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are Northeast Modified fans, know exactly what I'm talking about.
Meanwhile, Shayne Pipala just driving away to the end of this stage if this holds up. Ooh, and the 18 underneath the 71. Joe Mitchell trying to get back involved in this.
That had bad intentions written all over it.
Well, we're 3 wide.
We're 3 wide.
Yeah, don't do that, Martinsville.
Yeah, he found that out earlier. He got out there in the marbles, and that's not good. He's making that high side work, though, man, I got to say. I know the 44's got heavy damage, but there he goes again, making another pass on the high side. That's 2 now that we've seen Adam Baker make on the outside.
Got some Baker now.
Caution's out.
Caution.
Yeah. That is...
Oh, no. Zota.
As Timothy Lewis almost gets into the back of him. Let's take a look and see what happened there. As Kurt Davidson gets a big run and gets into the back of him and turns him around. And Davidson immediately knew what he'd done because he stopped on the track.
Damn.
The Zota around, not too much damage though, he just got turned around, so that left rear does look a bit shaky, but should be okay.
I don't think he hit anything other than Kurt Davidson.
Timothy Lewis I think really hit him, but it was close. Zota and Glock, we're going to bring it down pit side now. We're already under caution number 5 here at Martinsville.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they'll call this the end of the stage or not, being as we're so close, or if we'll get another one here in just a couple laps. I mean, they're going to go green, and it'll basically be like a lap or 2, and they'll be throwing it again. So I wonder if this will be the end of stage 1.
I mean...
No word yet. I know Steve Park and Seth Hatchell are both hoping that that's what happens, that they end the stage here, because they both just stayed out.
That's why they stayed out.
If this does go green, they're sitting ducks.
Yeah, but it still might work for them as far as points go. They might be able to manage it.
And Logan Runyon only just missed beating the pace car out of pit road.
And Aaron Schaefer in heavy danger of getting the 8-minute rule applied to him. He's got 30 seconds to get that car off pit road. Oh no. Oh. Zota could not beat the pace car out.
Plenty of time to get the lap. I guess not that big of a deal. Race is scheduled for 125 laps, so plenty of time.
So Stephen Park's going to be a leader as Brian Gemmell just beats the pace car out. So everybody making very late pit stops here. Or pit farming. And what?
10 seconds to go, and Schaefer is done.
Yeah, he's likely done. He took some content in that, so.
Yeah, he was caught big time in that big melee.
And he's 7 laps down, so I highly doubt he's coming back up.
And there it is. Schaefer is done as the lights come off on the pace car. We might have a 1-lap shootout here, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like
what it looks like.
Yeah, but they usually throw the flag at the start of lap 60, so it would be almost green, yellow.
Oh, we're about to find out, aren't we?
Yep.
Stephen Park's going to bring him back to the green, and we're back on the green now. And everybody gets shaken up there. You see Tyler Costa in the background there, almost immediately trying to make moves. Park's going to hold everybody up, and we got one around, and Holloway's in it. Davidson's in it, and that definitely is the stage now.
Yeah. It was Larry Holloway.
Yeah, Holloway and Davidson, I believe Zota was in it as well.
Well, that worked out for Stephen Parks and Seth Hatchell. Stephen Parks, man, what a run he's having here tonight, man. Started 11th. He's the biggest mover of the race so far. He's leading the race, got the bonus point for leading the race, and just snuck out there and stole the stage away from these guys. So kudos to Stephen Parks having a good run here tonight. And the Credit One car, Sammy.
It's still the Mountain Dew car for me, but anyway. Stephen Parks is your... Yeah, shut up. Stephen Parks is your stage winner. Seth Hatchell in second. Adam Baker in third. Shayne Pipala in fourth. Tanner Costa rounds out your top 5 on his debut. Joe Mitchell in sixth. Logan Runyon, after having to pit start, is sixth place. Seventh place is Ryan Gemmell, as they're all getting shaken up now. I'm not going to even bother finishing the rest. Anyway, we're going to step away for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more racing action from stage 2. Don't go anywhere. Shayne Pipala and Adam Baker as they started in the first lap. Tanner Costa in third place here. Let's see if we can have a
start and stop going on there on that restart. A lot of faking out going on. Lucky we didn't have an accordion effect because of that.
Well, Costa let Baker know coming off of 4 that he wasn't happy with him trying to Texas to start like he was, and gave him a nice shot as they got it pointed down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Joe Mitchell meanwhile moving to the inside of his teammate there. They're side by side as they come into turn 3. And Mitchell going to move up to 4th place here. Stephen Parks with the damage on his car and winning stage 1. He dropped back to P6 after making a pit stop. He is there just ahead of Paul Soto, who's still a lap down. But crucially, he's in a lucky dog spot. Parks actually hit the wall coming out of turn 2 there.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Mitchell's in trouble.
Oh, he saved it. He make any contact with that inside wall?
It looks like maybe.
Just a little bit. He did a good job of saving it, but he may just. Maybe not. Maybe not.
That could have been a lot worse than it was. Let's call it.
Definitely.
Good job.
So Mitchell lucky to get away with that.
No, he didn't make any contact. He almost did, but he didn't make any. So good job to Joe. Good save.
Screwed.
The battle raging on between Adam Baker and Shayne Pipala, just as it was at stage 1. They are both checked out from Tanner Costa, who's on to that 3rd spot, just ahead of Seth Hatchell.
Costa has a rearview mirror filled with advanced auto number 8 right now.
Yeah. So Tanner Costa's struggling with that rear end damage. Seth Hatchell with a relatively clean car. But he just can't get
up
past.
front, Shayne.
Yeah. Sorry
about that. I was just going to say, meanwhile, up front, Shayne Pipala is putting all kinds of pressure on the 48, trying to get the 48 to make a mistake up here. Pipala looking for his 4th win of the season, out of this being the 6th so far in this young season for SOMO.
And Adam Baker, surprisingly, looking for his 1st.
Right? You don't ever say that.
Into the season, I really didn't think we would be this far into the season and be saying that Adam Baker is looking for his first win.
And the fact that
all-time wins leader here at SOMO with 42 career wins. So yeah, I definitely agree with that statement, Tony.
The fact that he's not even in the top 10 in points is even more shocking.
Well, it's been you know,
season, though.
Yeah. Early on, the setups weren't quite there for him either, and he didn't have a good run at Daytona. So.
Anyway,
yeah, I got caught up in a huge dumpster fire.
Going back to the battle for third place, you see Logan Runyon has now joined the battle between these three, between Hatchell and Costa. Runyon's still got a pretty clean car there, so he's already moved to the inside of Hatchell. Contact as they come out of turn 2.
What were you saying about a clean car?
Yeah, he did have a clean car.
No, he didn't. The front of that car looks like it's been through a war.
It looks like he's been punched in the nose.
Looks like it's been punched in the back of the head, too. Look at the rear bumper. Holy cow.
Definitely working his way up through the field, though, for starting this thing. He's going to be a contender before this thing's all said and done for the win of this race.
The question is, once he gets past Santa Costa, can he close down the gap between himself and the two fighting at the front? That's Adam Baker and Shayne Pipala. Costa not making it easy for him, though.
Well, he's got a guaranteed caution coming at lap number 120, so he's definitely going to catch him at lap 120. We got a car coming to pit road. Looks like Stephen Parks diving for pit road.
And Logan Runyon was the fastest car out there during the hot lap session. So I'm thinking the longer this run stays green, the stronger Logan's gonna go.
Well, he's already dispatched Tanner Costa. Now he can set his sights on closing the gap to Shayne Pipala. The gap is 3.8 seconds, and he's got enough time. He's got 40 laps to make it happen, so he's got enough time to close the gap. He's already got it down to 3.6, so he's cutting through that time, the gap like a hot knife through butter right now.
Yeah, but once he gets to him, what's he going to be able to do with it? Because if you look, Baker, he's starting to stretch his legs ever so slightly on Pipala. So I'm thinking Baker's got a little bit longer run set than Pipala does. Because I don't think Shayne thought it was going to go this long. As they're now 18 laps since the last caution.
Which is the longest run of the night.
Yeah, I don't think that Pipala would have guessed that it would have stayed green this long. So he might not have had the long run set in the car, whereas Adam Baker was hoping it was going to stay green.
Yeah, Pipala mentioned last week after he won at Auto Club that he didn't have a long run set up in his car as Baker almost gets into the wall coming out of 2. But still managed to win the race anyway due to the taking advantage of the cautions. But he's still keeping Baker honest. He's still right there. So, but they've got to be careful. Runyon has closed that gap to less than 3 seconds now.
Yep, he's coming. Like I said, he's going to be a player before this is all said and done.
He's not even breathing hard right now. But anyway,
he may run him down before the end of this stage.
Each other as Coster gets it all wrong coming through 3 and 4, and Seth Hatchell slips underneath him coming off of 4 and gets the spot, and here comes Joe Mitchell.
Take another look at that. Costa just in front of Hatchell, as you see him right there. He actually took a bit of the wall with him, ran wide through 3 and 4, and there goes Hatchell up to P4 now. And you're right.
Runyon just chopped off 2/10.
Yeah.
He's coming. He'll be there before the end of this stage. We're going to lap 1 before the end of the second stage, and Runyon will be there and make this a 3-car race up here before the end of that.
Question. Yeah.
That's gimmick infringement. Somewhere Keith Mayato is going, you owe me some money. Oh, we got a spinner on the front stretch here. Looks like he saved it, though, but he's down on the inside wall, bringing it to a dead stop, and he just brought the caution out doing it.
Yeah, that is Tom Clayton. Take another look at that. Coming out of turn 4. Oh, he blew the engine. Exactly the same as what he did last week.
Well, he had all that damage from where he pancaked the wall early in the race, and it was just a big cloud of smoke. But had he just kept it going and not gotten on the brakes and just got it around the corner there.
That's 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row he's twisted engine though.
He's out of it tonight.
Yeah, last week he was running fine by himself and then the car just exploded, didn't it, Tony, if you remember rightly?
Yeah, that was weird last week. I still have no idea what's going on. And Clayton just immediately puts it on the hauler, knows that it's 35 minutes to change the power plant in one of these cars, and just, yeah, that's okay, guys. We're done for the night, and not even going to wait for the Dairy Queen Award to be handed out. Just putting it on the hauler by himself.
His pit crew must be...
And it says the 24, getting a beat on traffic.
Yeah. Tom Clayton's pit crew must be absolutely furious with him right now for blowing him yet another engine.
I wouldn't be mad with Tom. I'd be mad with the engine builder.
Yeah, Chevrolet, get your act together. Yeah, we are going to get sued, aren't we?
Well, the question is, did he have Hendrick horsepower, or did he have Childress horsepower under that hood?
Yes.
Which way did he go?
Let's go to JTG Doherty power, that one.
They get their engines from Childress.
Or Childress power then. But they've not had the best start to the season, let's face it.
Sorry.
So, Adam Baker is your leader as we're under caution number 7 here. You see Stephen Parks and Timothy Lewis looking for wave around right in front of him. Shayne Pipala still in second. Tanner Costa in third. Logan Runyon is taking it down pit side again. He's pit farming that car. Getting some of that damage.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Plenty of time left in this race, so he's trying to get as much damage as that damage fixed now as he can. That way later in the race the car's stronger and he's not sitting on pit road trying to get it fixed later on. So good move on his part, man. He's worked up through the field here. He's made it look easy. So why not get it fixed now midway through the race?
Meanwhile, Seth Hatchell has been pit side as well just to get a top up of fuel, as he hasn't got any significant damage to speak of on his car, so not really a problem there. Ryan Gemmell back on the lead lap again. He's just got the wave around in tag Hoyer number 6.
And as we get ready to get restarted here, Sammy, we got 10 of them left on the lead lap. 3 of them 1 lap down, everybody else out of the race. So 13 still in the race as the pace car pulls off. We're ready to go racing again here. Adam Baker's going to get us started, just waiting on the flag, man. You know he works by the hour. Here we go. Adam Baker gets us going. We're racing again here at the paperclip. Pipala going to protect that inside. He's not going to let the 71 get up there and make a move on him. It's the Shayne Pipala and Adam Baker show right now, but something tells me before this is all said and done, Logan Runyon, and maybe one of these other guys might have something to say about who wins this race here tonight.
Well, how about Joe Mitchell in full send-it mode on the outside of Tanner Coster going through 3 and 4, gets up into the 3rd spot, and here comes the 17 of Mark Nadeau.
Nadeau has been heavily fixing that car during the cautions here, and it's paying off for him so far. Already onto the back of Tanner Costa, but he's got to watch in his rear view mirrors as he's got a very hungry Seth Hatchell right behind him.
That he does, as the Coster, Nadeau, and Hatchell in lockstep right now, trying to see who's going to slip up. As Coster slides a little high, Nadeau sees the opening, unfortunately can't capitalize as they come off turn number 4 and haul it off into turn number 1, still side by side with Seth Hatchell.
Yeah. Hatchell looking for a way past as well. As Hatchell going to get the run on him, not going to get the gap though, as Costa still got a legal proceedings between these 3 and dictating where the gaps go. Got a bit of a wide run coming out of turn 2 there though. That could have let Nadeau back in, but didn't happen. It looks like Logan Runyon has finally joined this battle as well now. It's full send-it mode engaged again from Runyon, and he dives into the inside of Hatchell. Almost
good
had
job
it.
by not making. Yeah, good job not making contact with Seth there. We've seen a lot of that tonight, where guys have tried to do that and then get up into guys, but he didn't do that there. So good job by the one.
Meanwhile, Shayne Pipala
making another move.
Rear bumper of Adam Baker right now as they are really starting to stretch their legs over Joe Mitchell. Mitchell keeping them honest, but just does not have anything for the 48 or the 89 right now.
And meanwhile, back here, the 1 is trying to complete the pass on the 8. Looks like he's going to get it done, and he does. So running up a spot here, so he sets his sights on Nadu now and start working on him.
Yeah, running. Actually, maybe giving him a shot coming off a 2 as well.
Yeah.
That's short track racing here. Flip. Ooh, and the 71 gets high.
Almost a double there for Costa. Still, Nadu can't get past him. This might hurt Nadu in the long run because Runyon is right there. Is he going to try it again? No, Runyon's going to stay in line this time by as Nadu tries to force his inside gap there on the 71. As Costa scrapes the wall there.
Good thing he's got a paint sponsorship.
Yeah. Costa runs wide again.
Yeah, I think Nadu's got him now. Maybe not.
Oh, there goes Runyon to the outside.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to pass both these guys on the outside and pulling Adam Baker here. You see the 71 going high and blocking him. He senses it.
Oh, Nadu!
Oh! Man, the 71 doing the Daytona at Martinsville led to that.
Yeah.
He had them guys rattled, needed to make a move, and man, he went down there and hit the curb.
Take another look at that. That started with, oh wow. Nadu trying to control the car going into the corner, hit the curb. Was just wheel hopping and just unfortunately got into the side of Logan Runyon.
Sure did.
We're getting ready to split Tanner Coster too. That almost could have gotten ugly.
Now listen, Hatchell got a little piece of that, but I think he's going to be all right. Good job by Holloway and Davidson to check up, man, because that could have gotten ugly. Davidson having a good run here, one of the biggest movers of the night here. And Holloway already had his issue earlier, and he lived to tell the tale. He's still in this race, so good job by those guys.
Kurt Davidson just proving why he's 4th in points right now. Very consistent, not being able to capitalize and get the win, despite the 2 pole positions he's had this season. But that win is definitely coming for Davidson. He's just got to try and capitalize on it once he gets to the front, though.
Well, it's good heads-up driving for him to really stay out of that dumpster fire, too.
So, Adam Baker and everybody else behind
Pipala stayed out. Yeah, Pipala stayed out here, hoping he could win this stage here, but I don't know, man. That's quite a bit of laps. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. It's one thing to have 5 or less laps, but we're talking close to 10 laps they're going to have left to do.
Joe Mitchell winning the race off pit road. He is now up to 2nd place. And he's been having a good run this last few laps, so despite that one little mistake which he just barely escaped, he's been running pretty strong tonight.
Joe Mitchell might be in a good spot here, but you know how starting on that outside, man, that's tough here. So Baker may actually be in the catbird seat here to win this stage.
Yeah, as we are coming to 10 laps to go before the end of stage 2, so place your bets now, ladies and gentlemen, because Pipala and Old Tyres looking to stay out in front of you. Know Stephen Parks already did that to win stage 1, so it is possible. With the amount of cautions we've seen here tonight, we could see anything happen here between now and lap 225 anyway.
You got that right.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
Halfway through this thing. Scheduled for 225 tonight if you're just tuning in. What is this, caution number 7 or 8, Sam?
8. As the lights are off on the pace car. Tony, I believe it's your turn to get us going this time.
I'm kind of surprised Shayne Pipala is actually taking the inside line on this restart with all the rubber that's starting to build up on the racing line coming off of 4, but he's going to have the button as they work their way down the back straightaway. Pace car makes that hard left turn onto pit road. Pipala and Mitchell going to be on the front row. The question is what type of moves are going to happen behind him. So Pipala pulls the trigger early. Mitchell goes with him. Here comes Baker and here comes Coster to get it sorted out before they get into turn number 1. Don't count out Kurt Davidson as he's slugging it out right now with Ryan Gemmel for that number 5 slot. Meanwhile, Pipala's still in control of things. Mitchell, Baker, just in lockstep, and there we go.
No caution out as Parks manages to rescue it. He just gets it going just in front of Mark Nadu, who's recovering from his incident there with Logan Runyon. There's a 3-wide behind him, man. Hatchell in big trouble. And caution is going to come out. No, it stays green.
Stays green. We will stay green too. He's back there by himself now. No caution's going to come out. They're going to keep racing.
Wow, that could have gotten ugly.
Yeah, 3-wide situation. Running on the bottom, Holloway on the top. As the gap just got smaller and smaller. Holloway to the outside wall, and Hatchell is coming off the worst here. As you see Adam Baker now working to the inside of Shayne Pipala for the lead here. We have 5 laps to go before the end of stage 2. Can Pipala hold on? It's looking very unlikely as Baker moves to the inside.
That's what I was talking about, Sam. If you had 5 or less laps to go, it was worth the gamble, but having so many laps left, which was 9 when we restarted, it was just too much to ask for on so many old tires. Pipala tried to make it work, but now he's just holding on, but he's going to wind up getting chewed up here. As Joe Mitchell. Mitchell just got chewed up instead because of Pipala having to check up so much. That was a direct result of Shayne being so slow going into the corner, and Mitchell had to do a big checkup, and he got punted from behind as a result of it. That will likely be the end of the stage, I would think, this time.
And Mitchell, after the strong run he's been having so far tonight, and seeing it all come undone just there. You see Pipala getting it all wrong for the corner. Tanner Costa didn't see it coming and just got into the back of the 18. Caution came out as they all got stacked up, trying to avoid Mitchell. Again, no serious damage. Well, no serious damage on the 18, but he's got no rear end, so.
Well, great job by everyone else to avoid Joe Mitchell, who was pointing the wrong way on that one-way street, and that could have ended a whole lot more poorly than it did.
Seth Hatchell stayed out, but he's going to bring a pit side to repair some of that damage you got in that 3-way dice between Holloway and Runyon. So driving a very sick car right now, but gets a bonus point for leading the lap, I believe. Or he's got to make it to the line before he does. In order to do so, and he does. So Hatchell going to get a bonus point. On lap 119 of 225. When they cross the line, that will be the stage, I believe.
Could be. Baker winning the battle off pit road. Gemmel coming out in second. So 2 tires for both Baker and Gemmel. Looks like Pipala may have taken 2 as well.
So as they cross the line, this is your stage results. As they are, Adam Baker coming home with the stage win. Ryan Gemmel into second after the pit stops. Shayne Pipala in third, Kurt Davidson in fourth, Logan Runyon in fifth, Mark Nadu in sixth, Tanner Costa seventh, Larry Holloway in eighth, ninth is Stephen Parks, and 10th is Joe Mitchell, despite being involved in the caution. So your stage winner is Adam Baker. You kind of nailed it right there, Scott, predicting that he would bring home the stage win in the end.
And it's time for good news, bad news. Good news for Paul Zota. He's back on the lead lap. Bad news for the rest of the field. Paul Zota's on the lead lap, and he's coming for you guys.
Yeah, Paul Zota's been on some brilliant form lately.
Absolutely. Lights are out on the pace car.
Yeah, as my turn to bring it back to the green, so yay. Yay for me. Anyway, out of turn 4 they come. The pace car is off. We're about to start stage 3. And it's a straight run to the checkered flag from this point onwards as Adam Baker gets them going early. Gemmel getting crossed up on the high side there. And there goes Pipala to the inside. Davidson going to try and follow him through. Tanner Costa diving it in there. through turns 1 and 2 to try and get around Logan Runyon. Runyon is not letting him have it, or is he getting stacked up behind? But Davidson going slowly for the corner there. That's what caused the stack up.
Well, Nadu almost got into him, and Nadu's got to be careful because he's missing the whole nose piece of that car. So one false move, and you've got shrapnel going through the radiator, and that's going to lead to Tom Claytoning your engine.
Yeah, it was a good job by everybody not to get caught up there. But oh, it looked like somebody had a big puff of smoke. That's probably a glitch. I thought somebody else just blew that motor.
Just blinked heavily.
Yeah, it's that blinking smoke gimmick that came with the latest build.
Not a fan of it.
No, me neither.
That's the same kind of gimmick that would go down into the history books as being as bad as the Shocker.
The what?
You see, bad wrestling gimmick you don't even remember, the Shocker.
The Shockmaster?
Shockmaster, that's it.
There you go. You got to get the name right, Sammy.
It was that bad, I can't even get the name right.
There you go, Tony on point with that one.
Yeah, it was that bad, I can't even remember the name.
That's the Shockmaster, a.k.a. Tugboat, for all you WWE fans.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the racing. Ryan Gemmell holding up to a very good third place right now. Remember, he was 2 laps down at one point. Able to hold on to third place. Got a decent gap over Kurt Davidson, but look who's right behind him, guys. Logan Runyon on a charge again as he dives into the inside of Davidson.
Here he comes, man. He's been a force to be reckoned with tonight. He pit started, drove through the field, got up here, wound up getting in an accident. Here he is driving through the field again. I still think before this thing's all said and done, he's going to be a player and, you know, have a say in who wins this race.
Yeah. Well, he's got Penske Yates power under the hood of that Ford, so, you know, anything's possible. You know, Shayne Pipala is currently running second with the same power plant. So, you know, the Fords have been real strong here tonight. But don't count out that Chevy of Adam Baker and, you know, the Toyota Joe Mitchell, the lone Toyota of Joe Mitchell, still on the lead lap slugging away at it. You know, it's still anybody's race. There goes running to the inside of Gemmell. Gemmell just, yeah, go ahead, bud.
Look at that.
Trying to hang tough on the high side.
Gemmell's done a good job of recovering, too. If you remember at the start of the race, he dropped all the way to the tail of the field. Fell, what, 1 or 2 laps down? I think it was 2 laps down. Yeah, did a hell of a job of recovering. Here he is up here running in 4th place. So great job by the 6, having a great recovery. Running right in front of Kurt Davidson, who is your biggest mover of the race tonight, is the 41 and Kurt Davidson.
Amazingly, Ryan Gemmell has probably the cleanest car out of the top 5 right now. He's kept it clean as well whilst doing all that.
That's a direct result of dropping to the back. Maybe that, you know, like I said at the beginning, maybe, you know, he knows something we don't, and that could be a good thing for him. So, and his car is clean here as we get towards the end of this race.
I went back and looked at why he started dropping to the back. The team forgot to take the qualifying tape off the car.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
So he had a ton of tape on the grill. Unfortunately, just oops, and they were able to get that car cooled down quick enough that he didn't twiff the engine.
Oh, we got a wreck. It's Seth Hatchell.
Oh no, caution out again. As he wrecked on the exit of pit road. Let's take a look at that again. Exactly what happened. It looks like he might have got into it with Stephen Parks. No, all by himself. As Mitchell backing off to stop to prevent himself from hitting his teammate. No contact with the wall for Hatchell, but he might have a penalty for crossing the line into pit road.
Very possible. They might clear that, dude.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was in full send it mode to try to get by Stephen Parks. And he knew Joe Mitchell was coming and just overcooked it, and unfortunately is going to put him, well, he stays out.
Yeah. I mean, he's still got a full power, still got a full power plant underneath him. I mean, why wouldn't he stay out? I mean, there's only 2 laps on his tyres.
No, there's not.
Yeah, he went through pit road, yeah, I forgot.
It took me a second to realize what was going on there. Just like, wait a second, no, he doesn't. As he finally does bring it down pit road, and you know, he's going to get 4 Mr. Feelgoods on the Brant number 8, and see how things shake out from here.
As Adam Baker wins the race off pit road, Ryan Gemmell going to be second off pit road with Shayne Pipala in 3rd. So Another shot at starting in second place on that front row for Ryan Gemmell, but didn't have the best of restarts last time, did he?
Unfortunately, no, and it looks like Adam Baker and Ryan Gemmell both took 2 tires again.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan Gemmell a bit longer in his stall though, 11.3 seconds. Not sure what's going on there. As Shayne Pipala not showing the time for him, so might have had a problem in pit road.
From the time that he was on pit road, I would dare say he took 4.
Yeah, 45 seconds. Logan Runyon took 4, he's up into 4th. Martin Adu. No love lost between the 1 and the 17. Watch for fireworks to go off between those two on the restart. Kurt Davidson dropping to 6th, Larry Holloway in 7th, Tanner Costa in 8th now. That damage on his car really starting to hurt and he's slowly sliding backwards down the field. Joe Mitchell in 9th, Stephen Clarkson in 10th. 11th is Timothy Lewis, 12th is Paul Zota, and back into pit road is Seth Hatchell, who's running 13th and last. We have 13 cars still running, 13 cars still on the lead lap. Scott, I believe it's your turn to get us going, or am I wrong?
Yes, sir. No.
God, you're getting the restart you were hoping for.
Well, here we go. Pace car's off. Baker's going to get us going again. Gemmell on the outside. We'll see if he's got anything for him running. And Pipala right there. How about Nadu in the 17? He's been through everything tonight. Ooh, they're stacked up on the outside as we get going here. Gemmell wasn't ready for it. They live to tell the tale, huh, though, Sammy?
Yeah, as Gemmell gets another bad restart. He's got Runyon all over the back end of him as he dives it into the inside of the 6 now. Side by side as they come out of 2, he's squeezing Gemmell up to the wall, it looked like. Pinching him up a bit, didn't want to see that happen. As Runyon takes away that 3rd place now, can he shut the gap down between himself and Shayne Pipala? I mean, he's got a much less gap now to get down, but it's going to be a tough ask here as Ryan Gemmell now under pressure. No, he was under pressure. Kurt Davidson gets it all wrong coming out of turn 2.
He got a shot from behind and sent him right up the track.
Yeah, here comes Larry Holloway up to the 7th place. As here comes Joe Mitchell, going to dive it in on Holloway. Not going to make it with the time. Oh! That was a shot. Taking a look at that as Mitchell got into the back of Holloway and spun him right around.
Oops.
We're going to go back and take a look at that. That was an oops, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look malicious. It was just, oops.
Anyway, they're under caution once again. We're going to step away for our second commercial break here tonight. We'll be right back with some more racing action in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year.
We're back live here at Martinsville as we're about to get them going once again. As pace cars off, they come out of turn 4. Adam Baker going to hand the button, and we're back on the green here. Logan Runyon has finally got the chance that he wanted all race long as he dives into the inside of Pipala. Pipala almost up into the wall.
Contact!
That was close, man. He lived to tell the tale, though. He's all right. He's all right. He'll have to recover here. Look who's coming back up through the field, man. Tim Lewis. We haven't said his name in a while. There he is. He's back.
2 laps down at one point, now running in the top 5.
Yeah, it's like Gemmel, man. A couple laps down, back on the lead lap, back in the fight.
Yeah, the man driving the... What is that sponsor on his car? Budweiser?
Yes.
On his Toyota. But there's 2 Toyotas in the field as he always gets to the back of Ryan Gemmel.
Running Budweiser on a Toyota with a number 4 on it.
Yeah.
If you're a NASCAR fan with OCD, you're in full Twitch mode right now.
Budweiser is a Chevy sponsor. The number 4 is a Ford number. Yeah. I can see that.
Whoa. Big wiggle from Lewis right there coming off the corner, but he did a great job of saving it.
Apollo was all sorts of sideways coming off at 2 as well, and they both were able to collect it back up and get back underway.
Meanwhile, back in the front, Logan Runyon now has his sights set on Adam Baker. This is the battle we've been waiting for all night, guys. Who's going to win this one? Because this has been brewing up to this point.
Well, if you're Adam Baker, you got to be wondering what you've got to do to be able to get away from these damn Fords. Because that's about the only way you can describe it right now. Is he's either had his rearview mirror filled with Shayne Pipala or now Logan Runyon, and he just cannot get away from the Fords right now.
As Logan Runyon right on his rear spoiler now. Adam Baker trying everything he can to stay ahead. You know how we've seen so many times how Runyon can make those dives and make them pay off. Adam Baker, he's diving to that low line. He knows what's coming. So he's got to try and protect that bottom line as much as he can.
But the only thing is Logan Runyon going to take a page out of Adam Baker's book. They're to the point where that outside lane could pay dividends because we've seen it. You know, once you get about 20 laps on the tires, you've worn all the goodie off them, and then it just comes down to sheer grit and determination and getting it up on the wheel. So, you know, if Runyon had been paying attention earlier, if he had somebody telling him what was going on, he's got a shot at Baker on the outside.
Yeah, Ryan Gemmel was back here trying to use that high line, but he couldn't, as Shayne Pipala used that low line to get on by. So Pipala's recovering, working his way back up through the field here.
Yeah, he's got Martin Nadeau up ahead of him next. Nadeau still doing very well to hold on to a top 5 despite running a pavement modified.
About the best way to put it right now.
Yeah, Nadeau on the curbs again. You don't want to hit them too many times. As Pipala now right on his rear spoiler, on what's left of it.
No, them curbs have definitely caused some problems here tonight.
Yeah, Pipala right there, can't find the gap by as Nadeau, just like Baker is, protecting that bottom line as Runyon, back at the front, Runyon still trying to find a gap by him. And this is true to what you were saying earlier, Tony. Catching is one thing, passing in another is another, and Runyon cannot find a way past the 48 right now.
Well, the other thing you got to keep in mind, too, is Runyon's car gets stronger the longer these runs go. So, you know, provided he hasn't really... Oh, a little twitch coming off of 4, and I may have spoken too soon, as able to really mitigate what problems could have just happened. But, you know, what does he have left on those tires? As Pipala gets to the inside of Nadu, drag race down the back straightaway. Pipala's going to get the spot away as they haul it off into turn number 3.
Yeah, Gemmel's going to try to get up here and make light work of this guy and try to make it a 2-for-1 deal, but he couldn't get up there. Nadu, I'm impressed with how much damage that car has and how well he's holding on to his spots.
Yeah, doing very well. Meanwhile, before we went to Pipala, I noticed Runyon's hitting the wall a lot more than he should be. Driving on the ragged edge in that number 1 Ford machine. And, oh, he gets into the back of Baker and Holloway's around. That's why they were. Holloway was wrecking in front of them, and Baker backed off, and Runyon just had nowhere to go.
And it looks like Holloway may have had some help from Tanner Coster.
Taking a look at that as, yeah, Tanner Coster gets into the back of him and spins it around. Can't do that here, Tanner. They're going to take a very dim view to that one.
How to Win Friends and Influence People by Tanner Coster.
Yeah.
Martinsville worst seller.
So we're on the course of number 12 here at Martinsville. Adam Baker's still your leader, but somehow only just as Logan Runyon right behind him. And this is the caution that Shayne Pipala needed, guys. He was quite a ways back from these two.
Well, this is the caution a lot of guys needed because there were almost your entire top 6 stayed out under the last caution. Their tires were whooped.
Yep.
So everybody needed this one.
Larry Holloway decided to stay out, I believe. So Holloway brings him inside now. As Runyon got him with the race off pit road, and he does! What a run off pit road there. He might get caught for speeding though.
We're about to find out.
He just launched out of his box. Uh-oh. And that's not what Runyon wanted to see. So, while we're in the course, we're going to take a quick look at our schedule here on ESPN. Saturday, we are back at NASCAR as they go to Texas this week. Going to be an interesting race to watch, so you can join Adam and Derek for that one. And then we don't have another. Well, we have the Indy Elite Series returning on Sunday with their race at Barber. And then Scott, I believe we've got the return of Top Fuel Racing on Wednesday as we go to the Tricky Triangle. Oh, Scott's away for a second. But anyway.
And to answer your question, Sam, Logan Runyon did not speed off pit road.
Oh, wow. So good.
It was close, but he was able to keep it under the pit road speed limit. Did not get popped for speeding.
Yeah. But,
so he is going to have the button, and yes, you are right. Top Fuel Racing should be returning this coming Wednesday as we do go to the Keystone State with my favorite track in the world.
The old one as well.
I'm looking forward to it personally.
Sadist.
I love that place. That's one of my favorite tracks.
Well, Scotty, the restart you were hoping for all night long is about to happen. Why don't you get us going?
Runyon and Baker. We'll see which one's going to be the class of this field now. Runyon stay out? Or did he beat him out?
He beat him off pit road.
Good deal. Wow, look at that jump he got. Man, like he hit the I think Runyon just got such a great start, man. It was like a rocket ship. Apollo up to second. Yeah, he took advantage. He was ready to go, too.
Yep, so Runyon off to a flyer here as we're back on the green again. Shayne Pipala stealing second place away from Adam Baker. Baker wants it back in a bad way. You see right behind them, Gamble trying to get around. Martin Nadu on the outside here. Not going to make it work as Seth Hatchell is right there as well. Timothy Lewis is still there. Kurt Davidson is there as well. While the top three are battling, we're seeing a huge battle behind them. And Gamble going to finally get the spot away on the outside, is he? No, Nadu's still diving it in there, still holding that bottom line as Nadu hits the bump. He hits that curb again.
disrupted that car, man. That car's already got a lot of damage, so it didn't take much to disrupt that car. But a great job by Nate, dude. That's what I was saying earlier, man. I'm impressed with how much damage that car's got, how well he's driving that thing, and that was just another example right there.
As Baker gets to the inside of Seth Hatchell and gets second place away from the Ford, so now Adam Baker in a Ford sandwich, running second again. Going to set his sights on trying to reel in Logan Runyon, as Runyon has just set sail almost a full second to the good already.
Yeah, Baker recovering from that bad restart. Gets a bit of a twitch coming out of turn 2, though. That's going to let Shayne Pipala back in, though. Not going to find his way by. Gamble finally now in the clear as he's going to try and set his sights on closing the gap to the top 3. He's already got a couple of car lengths over Seth Hatchell, who's back there in P5. Good recovery drive from the 8, though, after that big wreck he had earlier.
Oh, absolutely. That was huge.
As we all know, Seth Hatchell already locked into the chase after winning earlier this season, so he is pretty much safe. Adam Baker under pressure again, as there goes Pipala to the inside. And Pipala back up to second place. Baker could do nothing but watch him go by.
No, that's exactly
the bane of his existence all night long tonight.
That's exactly what Logan wants to see. Oh, Joe Mitchell's turn that time.
Yeah. So caution out, 13 cautions in all. Let's take a look and see what happened there. And it was involving Martin Nadu and Joe Mitchell. Take another look at that and see Nadu actually came down on Mitchell, spun himself around. That unsettled Mitchell's car enough for him to spin around out of turn 2. So enough to bring out a caution there, but shenanigans going on between the 17 and the 18 there.
It looks like there might be some track bar damage on the 18 of Mitchell. If you watch it from the chopper cam, you can see that rear axle starting to walk a little bit on the M&M's 18, so Mitchell might be in trouble.
You reckon that contact between himself and Nadu might have knocked it out of it?
I'm thinking that's probably what finished it off.
Yeah. Nadu's night starting to come apart again. We saw this happen a couple of weeks ago at
Phoenix.
Phoenix, that's the one. Stephen Park staying out and getting another lap led. He's led 10 laps in all. Despite being having such a damaged car. Shayne Pipala winning the race on pit road. Logan Runyon, the only driver to take 4 tyres, as Pipala, Baker and Gemmell all only take 2.
If this stays green, and I know I just jinxed us, but if this stays green, Logan Runyon's in the catbird seat.
Yeah. And don't count out Timothy Lewis either. He took 2 as well. And you're right, Scott. Timothy Lewis has been running strong here tonight. He's already in the top 5 again.
And look who else is back in the top 10.
Mr. Zota.
The monkey butt pace cream number 99 of Paul Zota.
Yeah. I want to see if I can grab a word with Mr. Zota before we go back to green.
Grab him for you.
I got him. Joining me in the booth now is Mr. Paul Zota. Paul, got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir. What's up, bud?
Pretty up and down race here tonight. Lots of cautions as you'd expect with Martinsville. Just tell us how your race is going here tonight.
It's all right, I guess. Car's very tight, man, so I can't really get anything done with it. And just seems like every time we get going, something else comes up.
All right, Paul. Well, good to see you running in the top 10 there. I know the lights are off the pace card, so we're going to let you go and get going again.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man.
That was Paul Zota. Very quick interview with him there as they're about to get them going again. We're going to stay on board with Paul Zota actually as we go back to green here. Lights are off, pace car is off, and away we go. And I just realised we've got to crank it up, Cam. So for a couple of laps, we're going to crank it up for the first time here tonight.
Oh, 3 wide. That was almost, sorry about that, but that was almost a bad situation there just as we were going to crank it up.
Oh, Runyon's in it!
Yeah, it snowballed. The one just couldn't get it under control after all that went down.
He had help.
Yeah, it was just a whole lot going on there. That 3 wide didn't help him any. Yeah, and he just come up and gave the 4 a little shot in the rear end. I think he's let Tim Lewis know he's not happy.
Well, the 4 gave him a shot, which is what caused him to go into the 8, take out the 41, and brought out the caution.
Yep. Number 14 on the evening, if you're just joining us. Been a bit of a cluster tonight.
And if you're playing the at-home drinking game and haven't died of alcohol poisoning yet, you win.
You're a champion drinker.
You deserve a medal.
Your mom would be proud.
Oh dear. So what a long night. I told you to be ready for this one because we knew it was going to be a long one. But with all that shenaniganry going on, Ryan Gamble moving himself up to 2nd place after getting the pass on Adam Baker. So Gamble on the move here. It could be a dark horse for this one.
Yeah, he's done a hell of a job. He's been one of a couple guys. Tim Lewis being another. Went a couple laps down, worked their way back on the lead lap. Now Tim Lewis up here in 4th place as well. Yeah, man, anything can happen with these guys. There's one of 5 or 6 guys here that can win this race.
Runyon able to survive that little melee that happened just there. Kurt Davidson only just surviving. He got punted but didn't hit the wall, thankfully. Tanner Costa starting to make his way back for the field, but that car looks like it's been through a war.
That's the polite way to put it.
I like that gold leaf on his number though. That's pretty nice. I mean, did you see that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Anyway.
Yeah, wait do you see the modified they did for a friend of ours?
Ah.
I think you'll like it.
Seth Hatchell, he was the worst one to come away from that one as he got spun around, and it looks like the rear end of that car looks a lot shorter than it did at the start of the race tonight. Anyway, Shayne Pipala is your leader. I'm expecting the lights to go off this time by. Could be wrong though. I have been wrong in the past.
You never know, old iRacing too likes to throw a curveball at you every now and then, but yeah, the lights do go out. And Papa was taking the outside lane. Look at that.
Interesting strategy there for Pipala. Tony, your turn to get us going.
Pipala going to have the Buttons field works its way down the back straightaway. Ryan Gemmel sits in 2nd on the inside line. And as much as we complain about the outside front row being the toughest place to restart, it's 2nd only to the inside of the front row as they work their way through the 3-4 complex. Pipala going to have the button, holds him down until he can get it pointed straight, coming off of turn number 4, gets into the good rubber, pulls the trigger. We are back underway as Lewis and Baker side by side as they haul it off into turn number 1.
He looked like the space shuttle there, didn't he?
Yeah, Lewis got to try and get the slingshot out of turn 2, but not going to make it work for Baker. Dives it into the inside and takes back that 3rd place, but Gamble, his own teammate, going to hold him up there. And look at Runyon, and it's come through as Baker gets it all wrong, coming out of 2. They're all going to get stacked up again and running through the middle. There's 3 wide here.
3 wide.
And again, they're getting all stacked up again.
It's getting down to nitty-gritty time, and
sure is.
Normally does not work here. How those guys did not kill each other, I'll never know.
But that's all helped. Shayne Pipala.
Local skills.
But Shayne Pipala almost to a 2.5 gap now in the lead. After all that going on, Ryan Gamble up to still in 2nd place, but Baker has probably had the scariest moment of the night after Runyon tried to make a 3 wide on him.
I dare say so, and you know, luckily Tanner Costa saw it coming, was able to back. Was able to back out of it in time. And not cause a big issue. As Baker going to the inside of Gemmel right now, full send it mode, and he's going to bring Runyon with him as time is running out for them to try to catch Shayne Pipala. As Pipala is over 1.5 seconds to the good right now. They've got to make something happen quickly.
Yeah. As Pipala looking for the hat-trick here tonight. He's won the last 2 races. Would love to win a 3rd here tonight, and he's in the right, going the right way about it. Already a 2.5 seconds on the road.
It'd be his 4th of the season, Sam. 4 out of 6. He's already won 3 out of 5 coming in, so this would be number 4.
Yeah, this will be his 3rd in a row. So, that's actual form this he's on so far.
True story. As the battle for 3rd still rages on, running to the inside of Gemmel. Gemmel still trying to hang tough on that 2nd lane. Wearing all the goodie off their tires. They rub as they come off of turn number 4, and Runyon able to wrestle that spot away up into the top 3. Baker starting to reel in Pipala ever so slowly, though.
Yeah, and these two can get set to battle once again, but Logan Runyon does have that crucial 3rd spot. He's going to start setting his sights on those two as well again. And he's getting away from Gemmel. Gemmel is letting Tanner Costa close in on him as well, so we could still have a battle for this tail end of the top 5 as Kurt Davidson, who's just sitting outside the top 5, is keeping them honest as well.
And you could see the difference between the 2-tire and the 4-tire stops as Runyon was able to make it work against Gemmel's 2 tires, and Tanner Costa on 4 tires is starting to reel in Gemmel very quickly.
Yeah. And how would Tanner Costa love a top 5 on his debut? That would really do it nicely and really stamp his name into the series as he scrapes the wall coming out of 4.
That's not the way you do it, Tanner.
No, not at all. Meanwhile, the gap is less than a second between Shayne Pipala and Adam Baker. It's come down even more. Pipala getting a bit squirrely through 3 and 4. We're going to have a 3-way battle for the win here. I can see it
very much
down.
so. Is
I think so.
Pipala, Baker, and Runyon are starting to stretch their legs as Ryan Gemmel continues to struggle. Almost a 2.5 seconds back off of Logan Runyon right now.
Pipala gets it all wrong.
Still got the lead though, but here comes Baker. He's making his move. Pipala lost so much momentum and allowed Baker to dive for the bottom. Can Pipala hold him off? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Whoa, almost got contact again, but Baker's got the line on the bottom. I think he's going to bring Runyon with him. But look at Pipala rubbing on him. He's not going to just give it up. Runyon thinking about going to the outside, making a 3 wide. I don't know if that's been a good idea. This could get ugly before it's all said and done.
Well, they haven't figured it out yet as Runyon gets sideways coming off at 2. Still throws it to the inside on Pipala. Pipala not happy being in that 2nd lane right now. He is still struggling coming off the corners.
Yeah, his best bet at this point, maybe wave the white flag on this deal and just kind of tuck in behind him, save the tires.
Yeah, running side by side with Pipala as they come out of 2. Dives in it again. Contact again! And that's going to bring out the caution.
Hey, we're just leaning too much, man. Leaning too much, but man, the one paid the price for it. It wasn't Pipala.
Yeah.
A tough night for Logan.
Very much so. Has gone to the back more than one time. And you could tell just how on the ragged edge these guys have these cars set up. Is that was a pure just door bang, and as you're trying to lay down the power, that's the last thing you want, and the one of Runyon's goes around coming off a 4.
Yeah, as they bring it down for more Mr. Feelgoods. And you've got to say, this might be the money stop here, Tony.
I wish I could say that. I really do wish I could say that. It should be the money stop. Whether or not it's going to be has yet to be determined. You know, simply because we know how Martinsville goes.
Yeah, as Adam Baker wins the race off pit road, Logan Runyon actually staying out. Not sure if that's a wise idea. Got 26 laps on his tyres. Now 27 laps.
And we're almost going to be 20 to go.
That's a long, long way. As you saw earlier when Paula tried to do it with 9 to go at the end of that second stage, it didn't work for him. So maybe what he's hoping for, just a whole bunch of cautions from this point on, because the racing might get a little rougher like it hasn't been already. But maybe he's just trying to throw a Hail Mary here.
And he needs a lot of those Hail Marys as he's been through the wars tonight. Same for Adam Baker, he's been through a lot tonight. The only person that's not really been through a lot of scrapes tonight is Ryan Gemmel. He's had a couple of bumps and bangs here and there, but he's not really been in it, so to speak.
Yeah, he hasn't wadded the number 6 yet. Whereas everybody else has at least eaten a safer barrier.
Yeah. Pipala in 4th now after losing more positions out of pit road.
Gentlemen, I'm going to let you guys handle the post-race interviews tonight, as I got to make a little errand run after this race is over.
Understandable.
Very understandable.
Trying to adapt to the new life here.
Well,
hey, what? It's a little chilly up here, that's for sure.
Need to come and visit Ireland. It's a lot more colder here than it is there. Anyway,
I left 80 degrees every day, man. 80 and sunny and humid, and I come up here and it's like I need hoodies again all of a sudden.
I'm guessing I'm going to have to bring my hoodie with me when I come over. Anyway, pace car's off.
No, it'll be warm as hell when you get here. It'll feel like Florida when you get here.
Pace cars in. Runyon has the trigger, pulls it coming off a 4, gets a great jump. How long can he last? 30 laps on his tires. 26 lap difference between him and Adam Baker as Gemmel working the inside of Pipala right now for 3rd. Pipala hanging tough.
Caution, big crash. Looks like Soda. Oh, we almost had contact up here with the 48 and the 1. Let me go back and see what went down there, but a little extracurricular after the caution.
That was Zota and Nadu involved in that.
Nadu got a little bit of a help from the 71, and Zota nowhere to go.
Costa making more friends and influencing people.
I'm not sure what was going on with Adam Baker. I don't think he realized the caution had come out, and Runyon started slowing it down a little bit, and Baker just drove it like crazy into the corner and almost ran him over, but did a great job. Got up on the curb, but wound up holding on to that thing. So good job by Baker not running him over.
Yeah, I just caught that on the replay there. That looked like a very scary incident there.
Almost took out 1st and 2nd place there while the caution was out.
But this is interesting. Logan Runyon, despite the caution being out again, decided to stay out. 16 laps to go here, make it that 15 laps to go as Runyon blinks out again. I think Martin Adrian might have called it a night here. I think he's on the block now. Because he's just sitting there in pit road. I think he might be out the car as well.
I'll tell you what, that car gave it all it had tonight, so my hat's off to him for holding on to that thing as long as he did, because it looked like a modified about halfway through the race, if not sooner.
I mean, Tom Clayton's car looked a ton better than that, even though it was missing a front end and still blew an engine.
Yep, and Nadu didn't, so he did a good job lasting this long. Something tells me the carnage isn't over yet, Sammy.
No.
Safe bet.
It's Martinsville.
I'm banking at least 2 more cautions, possibly 3.
You know what? I'm not going to blame it on the drivers. It's not the drivers, it's the track. The track is just awful.
Oh, absolutely. You know, this is one of the 2 tracks in the real world that they generally have 2 police officers in every pit stall, because somebody's going to take a swing at somebody post-race.
Yeah, I can see that. And thinking about bringing back the Nashville Fairgrounds, which is another interesting track.
If they do bring that back to the schedule, the other one I would love to see them bring back would be North Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah,
Wilkesboro.
Yeah,
or North Wilkes-Barre.
It's in rough shape.
Yeah.
It is, but they
really rough shape.
They've been doing some things there. They I believe ran a South wheel and modified South race there 2 or 3 years ago, and everybody loved it. They had the grandstands packed. The only problem is they've got to do the renovations to bring it up to modern standards. The lights go out on the pace car. Sammy, why don't you get us going?
Absolutely. Logan Runyon still on those old tyres, still holding on to the lead here. Let's see what fireworks we're going to see on this restart, as we're going to be 11 laps to go. There goes the pace car. And Logan Runyon, is he going to get them going early again? He did last time round. He's Going to try and get that gap going again. He's back on the grid again. We're back on the speed. Adam Baker struggling on the restart again. And Shayne Pipala going to take advantage of that and dive to the inside. Ryan Campbell is a difficult start for him. He's going to lose spots for Kurt Davidson and now Joe Mitchell. But Baker loses spots again on that restart, guys. He's not a fan of starting on that line there.
I don't think anybody's really a fan of starting on the outside of row number 1.
Nope.
How about Joe Mitchell back into the top 5?
I hate restarting second. That, in my opinion, that is the worst spot to restart.
There's only one spot worse than that, and that's starting 4th.
Oh, it parks around the window caution again.
And there's one of those two I thought we'd have before it was over.
You Park get it all wrong. And guess who helped him around?
Guess who?
Native?
Oh, Tanner.
Oh, Tanner?
Oh, don't make me laugh like that. It made me cough like hysterically. Oh, dear. 8 laps to go. We're going to have one more restart after this, I'm pretty sure, and then next flag will end it.
Yeah, they won't get a chance to get 3 of them, but I thought we'd get at least 2 more. There's one of them.
Yeah.
Currently.
We gonna hit 20 cautions tonight with one more?
Nah.
How many are we at right
17.
now? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll fall a couple short.
We're not going to get to the all-time record anyway. So.
No, we definitely won't get there, thank God.
And just for those that need reminding, that this past Saturday we set the all-time record here on ESPN. 26 cautions at Martinsville.
Woo! How long of a race was that? How many laps?
About the same.
So less than this, a little less?
No, it was like 225, 235.
No, it's 200.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So while we are under caution,
forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Reblog, reshare it, tattoo it on your face.
And if you want the tattoo on your face, you can talk to Scotty Brinson. He knows a really good tattoo artist that can help you out with that.
I know a couple of them back in Tampa. I can definitely hook you up with a good artist.
You know what? That might be one of the things I might do when I'm over there, Scott.
What's that?
Get a new tattoo.
I don't know any guys here in Tennessee, so I can't vouch for any of them. So you're on your own there. But if we were in Tampa, that's a different story.
You need to come to Marietta because apparently KP knows a really good artist here.
I know a place in Tennessee, but I can't remember the name. I've seen them being on someone's live stream, and they're pretty damn good. But anyway,
that could be anywhere. Tennessee's a big state, Sam.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, 5 laps to go here. We are just about to go 1 to green here, and Scott or Tony, I'll let you guys decide who wants the last restart.
1, 2, 3, nut it.
All right, I'll do it. What the hell? I'm going to bail out of here early on you guys anyway, so the least I can do is get this thing re-cranked up. Who do you think's going to win it? Now, this is what Logan was wanting. This is that Hail Mary I was talking about. He's getting all these cautions. Now he's only going to have to hold on for about 3 laps. And Pipala, when we saw him out there at the end of that stage, that's about how long he was able to hold on, 3 or 4 laps. So this falls into his wheelhouse. Now, he's got a shot to win this thing now. And Pipala, unfortunately, going to be restarting in that number 2 spot. So I don't know, and I doubt that we're going to see the 89 get his 4th win of the season. I think now it comes down to either 1 or the 48, because restarting in that 2nd spot is just a bad spot, especially at this track and this spot right here. But here we go, pace cars off, waiting on the 1. Time to go racing. 3 laps to finish this thing. Logan gets us going. And here we go. The race is on. Look at that. I was wrong about Pipala. He did a hell of a job on the restart.
Oh, and there goes Kurt Davidson.
And that's the race.
Yeah. Logan running.
Still wrecking. Big crash between Gemmel and Hatcho afterwards. They're both going to have heavy damage and lose a bunch of spots.
Yeah, Gemmel lost control of the car out of turn 2. And unfortunately took his teammate with him.
And that is an iRacing Hail Mary right there, folks. As the 1 stayed out laps ago, 20-some odd laps ago, to try to steal this thing. And Logan Runyon made the right call at that time. And he wins this thing tonight on the iRacing Hail Mary.
Yeah, as the white flag comes out, or the yellow and white flag.
All right, gentlemen. Well, it was a pleasure being back in the saddle with you guys. I'm going to check out of here and go do what I got to do, and I'll be seeing you guys likely on Sunday for the PK race. Oh, that's right. You guys both got broadcast. So.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Wednesday.
Well, I'll see you guys soon.
Wednesday.
I'm sure I'll talk to you before then, Sam.
Yeah. I know. See you later.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
See you, Scott.
As Logan Runyon comes out of turn 4, crosses the line, and as Scott already predicted just before he left, got the Hail Mary, and Logan Runyon, the winner here at Martinsville. And after having to pit start as well due to a throughput, you wouldn't have thought that would be the case here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that was just a hell of a run to battle back through all the carnage and survive this one. The only downside is he's not in TeamSpeak yet.
Not at all. So might have to forego the winners.
The hell?
What?
Did you just see what happened on pit road?
No.
Yeah, go watch what happened with Coster and Park.
Let me take a look. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of cost to go to the big hauler. So,
and for some odd reason, Adam Baker and Shayne Pipala are not. Something's wrong with timing and scoring.
Okay, let's take a look. Well, we're gonna treat it like they are second and third, so we will do it that way. And Tony, I'm gonna let you bring in Mr. Shayne Pipala for that second place. As yeah, you're with him right now.
Shayne Pipala, Tony up in the booth. Not the finish you were hoping for, but probably better than was to be expected, especially with all the carnage that was going on towards the end of this event.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was good to run up there all night. You know, Adam was pretty fast, and Logan was really fast. So, you know, for not having a setup, we just threw something together like last minute. We actually used our California setup from last week, so we didn't have any time to build anything. So, you know, fastest setups don't always win, I guess. So it'll be all right. You know, we'll keep digging and go on to Texas next week. We did, you know how this race is. It's short track racing. Everyone gets into everybody at one point or another. And I got into Logan one time. I got loose on the high side and got into him, so I felt bad about that. That was 100% on me. So.
Well, I mean, at Martinsville, there's really no place to hide. So, you know, contact is to be expected, but you know, you're able to kind of keep the car relatively clean most of the night.
Yeah, I was good until I got into Logan there. So that was, like I said, 100% on me. I was trying to get a run off the high side, and I was just fighting tight in the center and then snap you loose off. So I never really could get that fixed the whole night. But you know, it was a solid run, still to run in the top 5 all night. I couldn't be happy really. So it was a good race.
And like you mentioned, moving forward, we go to the Lone Star State next week, and it's going to be the first time with the new aero package on 1.5 miles. So your thoughts going into that event next week?
Second time because we ran out of Vegas.
Oh, we did run out of Vegas. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, I think, just because of the fact there's not a lot of space. You know, California was awesome because it was so wide. You can get a run on somebody and actually go somewhere with it. And Texas is tight, especially coming off of 2 there. So that's going to be interesting. You're really going to have to be patient and time your runs, I believe. So you definitely can't throw it 3 and 4 wide like we were at California. So it's going to take some patience. And I think, again, it's going to be more luck than anything.
All right. Well, Shayne, again, congratulations on yet another podium finish tonight. I dare say that you're pretty decent points night, especially with the way you finished with the stages. You know, apparently the open sets are really agreeing with you this season.
Yeah, it's been nice. Like, I always fought something with the fixed setup where I would just in the wrong spot, and I've been able to fix that quite a bit with the open setup. So I was always just a little bit off. So having this open setup now, being able to adjust on it has really helped me a ton. So again, I can't thank my teammates enough, especially Kurt Davidson over at SK Motorsports for working with me on my setups and just really getting us to drive these cars way better. So all of the praise really goes to him.
All right. Well, Shayne, again, congratulations on the podium, and looking forward to seeing you next week in Texas.
All right, guys. Thank you.
As that was our second place finisher, Mr. Shayne Pipala. Joining me in the booth now is probably not very happy with where he finished tonight. Adam Baker started on the pole here tonight. Just wasn't there for you tonight. Just talk us through how your race went here tonight.
Yeah, I had the car for it, and ultimately the tons of cautions that came out, really didn't help anything. And Logan was fast, but he was kind of a wrecking ball out there. So a little disappointed that he ended up taking the win after bringing out the caution that ended up getting him the lead. We just didn't have the laps to, even try and chase him down when he had control of the restart. But the car was good. I built the setup myself, and I love this place, and I had it handling exactly how I wanted it to. And over the long run, I felt very comfortable with it, and I'd start to pull Shayne, and we'd break away from the field. But ultimately, just didn't work out in the end, and I'll take a top 3.
Absolutely. I mean, for MB Motorsports, you guys were running so close together. You, Ryan, Seth, and Joe were. All 4 of you looked very strong out there tonight. Was this probably your best chance to get a win this early in the season, or was it just a case of another struggle with the open setups?
No, I mean, I come out to every race and expect to get a win. Tonight was definitely higher expectations because of how I ran here last year and how I usually run here. And I mean, tonight was no exception. I led over half the race, and the car was arguably the best one out there. Especially on the long run, but we never really got a long run, which is sometimes the case here, but I expected a little bit better, and we'll just have to move on to next week.
Yeah, and speaking of next week, we head to the Lone Star State as we're running a 1.5 mile track for the second time with the new aero package. Just give us your thoughts going into that one next week.
Well, I ran pretty well at Vegas with the aero package, and Texas is I think statistically my best track and one of my favorites. We'll have to see how the aero does there, but looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, Adam, I know it's not the result you're looking for, but congratulations on the top 3 here tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank iRacing Drivers World for sponsoring this series, Portside Jaguar and Land Rover, and Capital Auto, all the other sponsors that help make this possible. I'd like to thank you guys up there in the booth at ESPN and for putting on these great races. I'd like to thank the drivers and the admins for putting all this on, and my teammates at MB Motorsports, and all the fans that came out to watch.
Absolutely. Well, Adam Baker, once again, congratulations on the top 3. We'll see you next week at Texas.
All right, thank you.
That was our interviews out the way. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to go straight into the results here for tonight's race. And coming home with the victory was Logan Runyon. Pitt started the machine, but with all the cautions, managed to make his way up to the front and bring home the win. Actually, I'm probably not going to go for the results here, as they are all a bit messed up with the... some reason Tanacosta finished second, but I don't think he did. But with the results as they are, Tony, just give us your thoughts on how the race went for you tonight.
Better than I expected. We had some decent green flag runs, and when that did take place, you really saw who was able to get up on the wheel, who had the setup that could really handle the long run. Unfortunately, mistakes were made by some drivers at times, but you're at Martinsville. That's to be expected. Bumping and banging on a tight paperclip track like this. If you come to Martinsville and expect to have your car clean and damage free at the end of it, you're in the wrong sport. And if your car is damage-free at the end of it, your team owner might want to consider a different driver because you're definitely not trying.
Absolutely. And Martinsville, we've seen so many times, we've broadcasted it so many times. It's when you come to this track, you're going to expect a caution fest, no matter what car you're in, no matter how professional what you are, how high up the rankings you are. You're going to be in a wreck sooner or later, and all 17 drivers, 16 drivers that took the green here tonight, we're all in a wreck here tonight, and it's expected in Martinsville. But next week we head to Texas. Should expect a lot more clean racing there next week.
For the most part, yes. You know, with the new aero package and with the tire model, the way that it's been acting, it really depends on what type of weather we end up getting for Texas as to what type of race we're going to get. You know, we've seen really good races at Texas, and we've also seen some dumpster fires. And it's going to depend on Mother Nature next week as to what type of race we end up with. My money right now, especially with the way everybody's a little wound up right now, my money is on some of the best action we've seen all season, especially with the new aero package and how close that's really bringing the cars together, especially on the mile and a halves. And, you know, with everybody still hungry for wins and for points, and, you know, the points battle is still wide open right now this early in the season. And, you know, there's a lot of guys that are hungry for wins. There's a lot of guys that are hungry just to collect as many points as they can and try to point their way into the playoffs. So, you know, it's going to come down to strategy, and it's going to come down to who can build the better setup.
Absolutely. So good words there from yourself there, Tony. That is going to do it for us here tonight on ESPN. This was the SOMO Racing League with the iRacing Drivers World Cup Series. This was Martinsville. We're going to look forward to our next race down at Texas. You can join us with that one, but before then you can join Adam and Derek as they hit the booth once again for the next round of the NASCAR Online Series as they head to the Lone Star State. Then on Sunday you can join me and Tony in the booth as we are... You can join me in the booth. Well, you can join us in the booth for Sunday as we are with the Indy Elite Series. And then Wednesday you can see the return of the Top Fuel Racer Series as they head to Pocono. But for now, all that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you Saturday from Texas. Good night.